My beloved child, listen closely, because what you are about to hear is not just another message passing through your life. It is a shift, a moment, a turning point that has been silently forming behind the scenes of your reality. And even though you cannot see it yet, even though nothing around you seems different, something powerful is already moving toward you with unstoppable force. Because there is a heart out there that has been holding back words for far too long, a soul that has been wrestling with emotions they could not understand, and now those emotions have reached a breaking point, and when feelings reach that edge, they do not stay hidden forever, they rise, they surface, they demand to be spoken, and this is exactly what is about to happen in your life. A deep love confession is coming, not something casual, not something uncertain, but something raw, intense, and life-altering. And you need to be ready, because when it arrives it will not ask for permission to change your world, it will simply do it. It will shake the ground beneath your expectations, it will rewrite the story you thought you were living, and it will force you to confront emotions you may have buried, ignored, or even denied within yourself, because the truth is, this connection has existed longer than you realize. It has been growing in silence, in stolen glances, in unspoken moments, in the tension between words that were never said but always felt. And while you may have thought nothing was happening, something has been building, something has been waiting for the right moment, and that moment is closer than you think, closer than you are prepared for, and that is why this message is reaching you now, because you must not be caught off guard, you must not run when the truth finally stands in front of you, you must not dismiss what is real just because it feels overwhelming, because what is coming is not confusion, it is clarity. It is the unveiling of something genuine, something that has survived fear, distance, doubt, and silence. And if it has survived all of that, then you must understand how powerful it truly is, because weak feelings fade, weak connections disappear, but this did not disappear, this stayed, this endured, this waited. And now it is ready to reveal itself in a way that cannot be ignored, and the person behind this confession has not had an easy journey either. They have struggled with their own fears, their own insecurities, their own questions about whether they are worthy of you, whether they would be accepted, whether speaking their truth would bring them closer to you or push you away forever. And that fear has kept them silent for far too long. But silence has a limit, and they have reached it. They can no longer carry what they feel without expressing it, because love, real love, demands to be known. It demands to be spoken. It demands to be felt in the open. And so they are coming forward, slowly but surely, gathering the courage they once lacked, preparing themselves for a moment that could change everything. And you need to understand something very clearly. This is not random. This is not coincidence. This is not something that just happened overnight. This is the result of a connection that has been aligning itself step by step, moment by moment, decision by decision, bringing both of you to this exact point in time where everything will finally make sense, where all the confusion, all the mixed signals, all the unanswered questions will suddenly come together in a single moment of truth. And when that moment arrives, you will feel it, you will recognize it, because something inside you will shift, something inside you will say, this is real, this is not like the others, this is not temporary, this is not something to be ignored. And yet, even with that knowing, there will be a part of you that hesitates, a part of you that questions whether you are ready, whether you can trust it, whether you can open yourself to something that feels so deep and so powerful. And that is where your choice will matter the most, because this moment is not just about them confessing their love, it is about you deciding what you will do with that truth, whether you will accept it, whether you will explore it, whether you will allow yourself to step into something that could transform your life in ways you never imagined, or whether you will let fear hold you back. And you need to be honest with yourself, because opportunities like this do not come often, genuine connections do not appear every day, and when they do, they come with intensity, they come with challenges, they come with emotions that may feel overwhelming, but they also come with the potential for something extraordinary, something meaningful, something that could bring a kind of happiness you have been searching for without even realizing it. And that is why you are being told to be ready, not just ready to hear the words, but ready to feel them, ready to understand them, ready to respond in a way that aligns with your truth, because this is not just their moment, this is your moment too, a moment where you can choose growth over fear, connection over isolation, truth over avoidance, and when you make that choice, everything begins to change, everything begins to unfold in ways that will surprise you, challenge you, and ultimately transform you, because love has that power. Real love has the power to break down walls, to heal wounds, to open doors you never thought you would walk through, and that is exactly what is being offered to you now, even if you cannot fully see it yet, even if you cannot fully understand it yet. It is coming, it is on its way, and nothing can stop it, not doubt, not fear, not time, because what is meant to be revealed will always find its way into the light, and when it does, you will look back on this moment and realize that everything was leading you here, every experience, every lesson, every heartbreak, every moment of loneliness, all of it was preparing you for this, shaping you into someone who could recognize and receive this kind of love, and that is why you must not take it lightly, you must not dismiss it as just another moment, because it is not just another moment. It is a defining one, a moment that has the power to shift the direction of your life, to bring you closer to something real, something lasting, something that could change everything. And so as you move forward from here, carry this awareness with you, stay open, stay aware, pay attention to the signs, the energy, the subtle shifts around you, because the closer this confession gets, the more you will feel it, the more you will notice things aligning in ways that seem almost too perfect to be coincidence, and when it finally happens, when the words are spoken, when the truth is revealed, do not run from it, do not hide from it, face it, feel it, and decide what it truly means to you. Because this is your moment, this is your story, and what you choose to do next will determine everything that follows, so be ready, because what is coming is not small, it is not simple, it is not ordinary, it is powerful, it is real, and it is about to change everything in ways you never saw coming but were always meant to experience, my beloved child. And as this unseen energy continues to move closer to you, there is something even deeper you must understand, because what is about to unfold is not just about hearing words of love, it is about stepping into a moment that will test the strength of your heart, the clarity of your mind, and the truth of your soul, because when someone finally gathers the courage to confess what they have been holding inside for so long, they do not come lightly, they come with vulnerability, they come with risk, they come with the possibility of being accepted or completely broken. And this person has already played that moment over and over in their mind, imagining your reaction, fearing your silence, hoping for your understanding, and every time they thought about it, their heart raced because they know that once those words leave their lips, there is no going back to the way things were. Everything changes in that instant. The dynamic, the connection, the meaning behind every past interaction suddenly becomes clear, and that clarity can feel overwhelming not just for them, but for you as well. Because you will begin to see things differently. You will start connecting moments that once felt insignificant, realizing that they were never random at all. They were signs, signals, pieces of a larger story that was quietly forming between you both, and this realization may bring a flood of emotions, some beautiful, some confusing, some even uncomfortable, because truth has a way of stirring everything at once, and you must not be afraid of that. You must not push it away simply because it feels intense, because intensity does not mean something is wrong. Sometimes it means something is real, something is finally breaking through the surface after being buried for too long, and as this confession approaches, you may notice subtle changes within yourself. You may feel more reflective, more aware, more emotionally sensitive, as if something inside you already knows what is coming even before it happens, and that is not your imagination, that is your intuition preparing you, guiding you, trying to align you with the moment that is about to arrive, and it is important that you listen to that inner voice instead of silencing it, because it is trying to help you navigate what lies ahead. It is trying to keep you grounded when emotions begin to rise. It is trying to remind you that you are capable of handling this, even if it feels uncertain at first, because uncertainty is natural when something meaningful enters your life, especially something that has the power to change your emotional landscape. And the truth is, part of you may have already sensed this connection long before any words were spoken. There may have been moments where you felt something unexplainable, a pull, a curiosity, a sense that there was more beneath the surface, but perhaps you ignored it. Perhaps you told yourself it was nothing. Perhaps you chose not to look deeper because you were protecting yourself, and that is understandable, because you have been through experiences that taught you to be careful, to guard your heart, to question what feels too good or too intense. But this moment is different. This is not about repeating the past. This is about stepping into something new. Something that has the potential to be built on honesty rather than assumption, on courage rather than fear, and that is why this confession is so significant, because it is not just revealing feelings, it is opening a door that leads to a path you have never walked before. And whether you choose to step through that door or not will depend on how willing you are to embrace the unknown. Because love in its truest form always carries a degree of uncertainty. There are no guarantees, no promises of perfection, but there is potential, and that potential is what makes it worth exploring, what makes it worth considering, what makes it worth giving a chance. And as you stand on the edge of this moment, you must ask yourself what you truly want, not what fear tells you. Not what past experiences have conditioned you to believe, but what your heart genuinely desires, because that answer will guide you when the time comes to respond. And do not rush that response. Do not feel pressured to have everything figured out immediately, because real emotions deserve real consideration. They deserve space to be understood, to be processed, to be felt fully. And the person who is coming forward with this confession will need that from you as well. They will need your honesty, your patience, your willingness to engage with what they are offering instead of shutting it down out of fear or confusion, because for them, this is a moment of truth, a moment where they are choosing vulnerability over silence, courage over comfort, and that deserves respect, regardless of what you ultimately decide. And as everything unfolds, there may be challenges, there may be moments where things feel complicated or unclear, because deep connections are rarely simple, they require effort, communication, understanding, and a willingness to grow together, and that is something you must be prepared for, because if you choose to embrace this, it will not always be easy, but it will be meaningful, it will be real, and it will have the power to transform both of you in ways that extend far beyond this initial confession, and that is something worth acknowledging, something worth respecting, something worth considering deeply, because not every connection has the depth to create that kind of impact. Not every person has the courage to reveal their truth in such a vulnerable way, and when someone does, it is a reflection of how much they value you, how much they believe in what they feel, and how much they are willing to risk for the chance of something real. And so as you continue moving toward this moment, remember that you are not just a passive part of this story, you are an active participant. Your choices, your reactions, your openness will shape what happens next. And that is a powerful position to be in, because it means you have the ability to create something meaningful if you choose to engage with it honestly, and that honesty must start within yourself, acknowledging your feelings, your fears, your hopes, and being willing to confront them instead of hiding from them, because only then can you truly understand what this connection means to you and what role you want it to play in your life. And as the energy builds and the moment draws closer, stay grounded in that truth. Stay connected to yourself, and trust that whatever happens, you have the strength and the clarity to navigate it, because you have been prepared for this in ways you may not even realize yet. And when the confession finally arrives, when the words are spoken and the truth stands in front of you, you will not be the same person you were before hearing it. Something will shift, something will awaken, and that awakening will guide you toward the next chapter of your journey. A chapter that holds the potential for something deeper, something more aligned, something that could truly change everything if you allow it to unfold with honesty, courage, and an open heart. Writing, my beloved child, and now as you stand at the edge of this unfolding reality, there is one final truth you must fully embrace, because everything that has been building up to this moment is not happening to confuse you. It is happening to reveal you to yourself in a way you have never experienced before. Because when a deep love confession finally enters your life, it does not just expose someone else's feelings, it exposes your own. It holds a mirror to your heart and asks you questions you can no longer avoid, questions about what you truly desire, what you are willing to accept, what you are ready to grow into, and whether you will choose to rise into this moment or retreat back into the safety of what is familiar. And this is where your transformation truly begins, not when the words are spoken, but when you decide what those words mean to you and how they will shape your next steps. Because love is not just about being chosen, it is about choosing. It is about consciously stepping into something with awareness, with intention, with a willingness to face both the beauty and the challenges that come with it. And as this person finally reveals what they have been holding inside, you will feel the weight of that truth. You will feel the sincerity in their voice, the vulnerability in their presence, the authenticity that cannot be faked when someone is speaking from a place so deep within their soul. And in that moment, everything else will fade away, the distractions, the doubts, the noise of the outside world, and it will just be you and this truth standing face to face. And what you do in that moment will echo far beyond it, because some moments in life are not just moments, they are turning points. They are crossroads where one decision can lead you down an entirely new path. And this is one of those moments, whether you realize it immediately or not, because the impact of this confession will not be temporary, it will linger, it will stay with you, it will influence the way you see yourself, the way you see relationships, the way you understand connection, and that is why you must approach it with clarity rather than fear, with presence rather than avoidance, because running from something that is real does not protect you. It only delays what your soul is trying to experience, and you have not come this far, you have not grown through everything you have been through just to turn away when something genuine finally reaches you. And yes, there may still be uncertainty, there may still be questions, because no meaningful connection comes without them, but uncertainty is not a sign to stop. It is a sign to explore, to communicate, to understand more deeply rather than shutting down. And the person who is coming forward with this confession will also be stepping into unknown territory. They will also be hoping, wondering, feeling the weight of what could happen next, and in that shared vulnerability, there is an opportunity for something incredibly powerful to form. Something built not on illusions or assumptions, but on truth, on openness, on the courage to be seen and to see another person fully, and that kind of connection is rare. It is not something that appears in every lifetime. It is not something that can be easily replaced. And that is why you must not take it lightly, you must not treat it as just another experience. Because it carries the potential to become something deeply meaningful if you allow it to grow, if you nurture it with honesty, patience, and mutual respect. And as time moves forward after this confession, you will begin to notice changes, not just in your connection with this person, but within yourself. You will start to understand your own emotional depth in ways you may not have explored before. You will become more aware of what you need, what you value, what you are willing to give and receive, and that awareness is a gift, because it brings you closer to living a life that is aligned with your truth rather than one shaped by fear or past limitations. And even if challenges arise, even if there are moments where things feel uncertain or require effort, those moments will not diminish the value of what is being offered. They will strengthen it if you choose to face them together. Because real connections are not defined by the absence of difficulty, they are defined by the willingness to grow through it, to communicate, to support each other, to remain present even when things are not perfect. And that is the kind of connection that has the power to last. The kind that is not easily broken by misunderstandings or temporary setbacks, but instead becomes stronger because of them. And as you continue on this path, remember that you are worthy of a love that is honest, that is brave, that is willing to show up fully, and that is exactly what is being presented to you. Now, whether you fully realize it yet or not, and the final piece of this message, the part that matters most, is this: do not let fear make your decision for you. Do not let past experiences dictate how you respond to something that is new and genuine, because this moment is not about your past, it is about your present and the future you are capable of creating from it. And when you choose from a place of truth, from a place of awareness and openness, you align yourself with possibilities that go far beyond what fear could ever offer. And so as this deep love confession finally reaches you, as the words are spoken and the truth stands before you in its purest form, take a moment, breathe it in, feel it fully, and then choose, not out of pressure, not out of expectation, but out of alignment with who you truly are and what you truly want, because that choice will shape everything that follows. It will determine whether this moment becomes just a memory or the beginning of something extraordinary, and deep within you, you already know the answer, you already feel the pull toward what is real, and all that remains now is for you to trust it, to honor it, and to step forward into whatever comes next with courage, because what is coming into your life is not here to break you, it is here to awaken you, to expand you, and to show you a version of love that has the power to change everything. And that is why you were told from the very beginning to be ready, because now the moment has arrived, and everything is about to begin, my beloved child. And now, as everything reaches its final moment of clarity, understand this simple but powerful truth: what is meant for you will not pass you by, and what is arriving in your life now is not confusion but revelation, not illusion but truth. And as this love confession fully unfolds, you will feel a calm certainty beneath all the intensity, a quiet knowing that this moment was destined to find you at the exact time you were ready to receive it. So do not overcomplicate it. Do not let fear create distance where connection is trying to grow. Instead, allow yourself to be present, to listen, to feel, and to respond with honesty, because sometimes the most life-changing decisions are not the loudest ones but the ones made in quiet alignment with your heart. And as you step forward from this moment, whether slowly or boldly, remember that this is not an ending but a beginning, a doorway into a deeper experience of love, understanding, and emotional truth. And no matter what path you choose, this moment has already changed you in the best way possible. It has shown you that real love exists, that courage still lives within people, and that your story is still unfolding in ways more powerful than you ever imagined. So walk forward with faith, with awareness, and with an open heart, because what comes next has the potential to become one of the most meaningful chapters of your life, and that is where your new journey truly begins.